Bruh.
Whew. I don't know how I did it, but I finally got the YouTube side working. Give me like 2 seconds so I can plug my headset back. All right, I'm back. What time is it? It is 5:02. All right, in 5 more minutes, we are going to get started. Today's topics are going to be pretty quote unquote, lighthearted. We've got some follow up to last week's story with Nintendo. And we've got a video from Optimus to watch about how apparently the Minecraft movie is doing pretty well. Also, I got a new mouse. Well, not a new mouse, but a different version of the mouse I was using. Oh, by the way, if you guys wouldn't mind, let me know in the chat or in the comments of this upcoming Doghouse video. What do you guys think of the Devil May Cry anime? I thought it was okay. I think some of the characters were iffy. Like I think hearing Kevin Conroy's voice was really nice. But his character was a little on the weird side, but that's not his fault. Excuse me. Let me see something. Wow, right now, looks like Marvel Rivals is the most popular game to stream on Twitch right now. Not that I'm surprised. That game's been doing great so far. Okay, what else do I need to get ready? Okay. Guess I can close Discord for now. Actually, you know what? Wait a minute. Log in. Google. There we go. But you do have a black. Oh shit. Apparently Myron is never mind. $1 million dinner date with Ryan Mills. Who? Never mind. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see what else. Oh, it's that time. It is that time. Ooh, what's happening, everybody? It is your man, Big Dog here. Welcome to another episode of the Dog House. This is episode 211, and we are moving. We are moving. Couple things I want to talk about with you guys. I took a break from making like one-shot videos. I'm gonna try and start that back up this weekend. I'm gonna try and do a video on, or do a shorter form video. Maybe bring back in my opinions, or in my opinion, shorts series, or at least do like one more about that. But I haven't really decided. I'll probably use tomorrow and Sunday to decide, and then hopefully I'll have a video out before the end of the weekend. Excuse me. But anyway, moving on from that, we have a few topics we do have to talk about today, or just mainly two. First one is a follow-up from a story that I did last week about how Nintendo Switch 2 games are going to be $80 and some will be up to $90 respectfully.
Bruh.
I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, but it looks like this hobby of ours is going to get a lot more expensive. Either that or you're going to be playing a lot less games these days. But anyway, let's move on to this article that was published a couple days ago, actually. Okay, so Nintendo defends Switch 2 pricing amid tariff concerns and gamer backlash. Newly announced tariffs were not a factor in console's final U.S. price. I'm not going to get into the whole political side of this, obviously, because that's not what my channel is. If you want to know the political background on this, go watch another channel, please, because that's not what I'm here for. Anyway, let's read this article. Serving tech enthusiasts for over 25 years. I don't give a flying fuck. This article is also from TechSpot, by the way. Nintendo would much prefer the focus to be on the many technological improvements introduced with the Switch 2. Sure, I guess. However, most gamers are now more interested in discussing how much the new console and its compatible games will cost compared to the previous generation. Let's be real, that's understandable. No, Nintendo didn't slap a $450 price tag on the Switch 2 because of Trump's tariffs. According to Doug... Oh my god, wait a minute. Doug Bowser. Oh my god, the irony. You know what? Give me like 2 seconds. I gotta find something. Oh my god. There's no way. There's no way that's actually his name. Doug. Doug Oh my god. This is insane. This dude's name is actually Doug Bowser. Oh man. Oh, yeesh. We're gonna get into this guy in a minute because he said some crazy things. But yeah, I'm not gonna read this article for too long. Oh my god. Okay, let's real quick. Let's just get to a point in this article, and then I'm gonna move on to another one. Because oh my god, is that hilarious? According to Doug Bowser, the current president of Nintendo of America, multiple factors contributed to the console's final pricing. The Japanese company announced the new console on the same day the U.S. administration dropped its financial nuclear bomb. Okay, we're not going to get into that. Following the Switch 2 reveal, Bowser confirmed that the newly announced tariffs were not factored into the console's final US price. You know something? I've got some bad news for all my brothers, gaming brothers and sisters, and my now pissed off Nintendo fanboys. It's not, the Switch 2 is not going to be $450. Sure, that's the MSRP. That's going to be the MSRP. Don't get me wrong. But let's not sit here and act like you're going to be able to buy it at that price. It's going to be either $100 more, $200 more, or if these stores are crazy enough, $300 more. Like I said, man, like gaming is getting up there in PC building to become one of the most expensive hobbies in the world, in my opinion. Ah. Following the Switch 2 reveal, Bowser confirmed that newly announced tariffs were not a factor. However, Nintendo was later forced to halt pre-orders, originally set to begin on April 9th, which was 2 days ago, I want to say. Hold on a sec. Yeah, it was 2 days ago. As it evaluates the potential consequences of Trump's trade policy. Okay, we're not getting into that. We're gonna. Nintendo will also raise the price of its games, which are now expected to cost. Bowser explained that Switch 2 will cost $150 more than the original Switch. I fucking knew it. Due to the enhanced features and technological upgrades, the new console will maintain its hybrid design but will offer a larger LCD screen. I thought it was going to be OLED. I legit thought this was going to be OLED, but whatever. With variable refresh rate compatibilities and custom-built CPU/GPU from NVIDIA, more internal storage, and slightly reduced battery life. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to another article. Give me like 2 quick seconds. Here we go. Yeah. It's fucking bullshit. Someone at Nintendo has to stop Doug Bowser from speaking. Apparently, the Switch 2 is for broke boys. Did we all step in a time machine over the weekend? Or did Doug Bowser forget why he should and shouldn't say about Nintendo Switch 2? Where is Reggie? I want to speak to excuse me. Speak to the adults in the room. Look, console prices are a tough thing to balance. I get it. And the Switch 2 certainly has a challenge ahead of it. Oh, by the way, this article is from Vice, which that reminds me, I have to save this. I will do that in a minute. But when president of your company is saying this via CBC, we recognize there are some people that may not be able to afford Switch 2's price point. That's why we wanted to make sure the other Switch platforms are available, so people still have an opportunity to come into our gaming universe, be a part of these characters in these worlds, and see value, if you will, in whatever rung of the platform they come in. Oh no. No. You know what this guy's doing? He's pulling a Don Matrick. For those of you who don't remember, when the Xbox One was originally announced, the CEO, I believe it was the president and CEO at the time, Don Matrick, came out and said, because the Xbox One was going to be announced that they were going to be doing like always online and DRM and stuff like that. And people weren't happy with that, of course, for obvious reasons. And I will never forget what Don Matrick said to Jeff Keighley when Jeff Keighley was interviewing him. He said, "Yeah, we do have an offline device for people. It's called Xbox 360." It's like, bruh, talk about tone deaf. Like, seriously, man, are you nuts? Saying that to your consumers? Oh, if you don't like it, ugh. You know what this also is? This is the equivalent of people saying, "If you don't like my politics, don't buy my comic book," or "Don't watch my movie," or "Don't play my video game." And then they don't play the video game, and then it's like, "Oh, why are sales down?" Like, you told people not to play it. What do you expect? But okay. So, to be honest with you guys, I'm not like I said, I wasn't gonna get too deep into this, but I just wanted to give you guys a bit of a follow-up to the whole Switch 2 debacle that's still continuing to happen, by the way, because let's be real, these companies, these gaming companies, they don't like us anymore. These gaming companies, these journalists, they don't like us. We're not the priority to them. And you know what? That's fine. That is more than okay. Let's just let them know that they are not a priority to us. Their finances, them being able to do well, them being able to have financial success, that's not our responsibility anymore. So it's not our priority anymore. And it shouldn't be. If companies are going to treat people like this, treat them like cash cows, and then don't even get me started on the shills defending these idiots. But anyway, um yeah, that's about it. Nintendo's screwing up and nobody's fucking surprised. But anywho, let's move on to another quick topic. The Minecraft movie. Now, I am going to preface this by saying I did not go to see this movie. Apparently it came out last week, and much to much to my surprise at the very least, cuz I saw the trailer for this movie and I was like, what the hell was this? Apparently the movie's doing really well. Let's hear from Optimus.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the Minecraft movie, which I've already made a couple of videos about over the last few months, kind of just talking about it as the trailers dropped, more or less reacting to those as everything was going on, but it has now obviously been out for a few days. It officially box office opened over the last weekend here, and it's been making not only just a whole lot of headlines just because of how successful it's been, but obviously I'm sure many of you have seen online all of the memes and the references, all the videos and whatnot. The movie is a pretty big phenomenon right now. Now, my first couple of videos talking about it, I was a little bit more critical of it because I don't think the trailer.
As was I, because I'm going to be honest with you, the trailer did not make that movie look good. At least the initial trailer didn't. And I'll be honest with you, I love Jack Black and all, but Jack Black as Steve just didn't make sense.
Were very good. A lot of people had tons of problems with the trailer and just basically what we saw from that right now. The movie itself, though, now that it has come out, it is getting at least all right reviews from most audiences and critics, but also it has become such a massive financial success that apparently it has now eclipsed the box office opening for the Super Mario Brothers movie, which at the time that it came out, it became the best-selling movie for a video game adaptation on its opening weekend. It set
I still got to see that movie, by the way.
a whole bunch of new
I haven't
records,
seen
and
it.
Minecraft has now come along with this movie and kind of leapfrogged it and become like the biggest opening for a video game adaptation ever.
That is absolutely wild.
In fact, everyone seems to be pretty surprised by just how successful the movie is. Now, obviously, Minecraft is a massive IP. It is a billion-dollar game franchise.
That is true.
One of the most popular video games of all time, and there's not really much comparison with other games when it comes to the popularity, right? Even for like a decade now, Minecraft has just been one of the top games pretty consistently. So I think most people, myself included, even those of us who didn't really think the trailers looked great, weren't really going into this with like the best mindset quality wise for the movie, right? Even I think we're pretty surprised knowing just how well this movie has been selling so far. So not only is it like selling out all over the place and, you know, theaters theaters are packed all over the country and whatnot, but it has also become this massive meme online. I'm sure many of you guys have seen the clips of like chicken jockey and all this other shit going on, right?
Yeah.
So with this whole thing going on right now, and
I'll admit I've noticed the memes, but I haven't really engaged with them because I haven't seen the movie.
the Minecraft movie being the phenomenon that it is, unfortunately, there's some bad things that are going on, but obviously there's also a lot of good going on. So I've been reading a lot of the reviews because I'm really interested to see what people have to say about this movie. And I think that the main thing that the movie, at least like critically or from like fan reviews so far, is suffering from is it seems like there's several different segments of the Minecraft audience. And depending on like what segment of the Minecraft audience that you're in, I think it really dictates your outlook on this movie, because this movie, for whatever reason, I feel like when I'm looking at the reviews and like I'm seeing people talking about it, the beliefs or whatever about the movie that people have gotten from seeing it, they seem very split. Like obviously every movie there's going to be people who are like, oh, this movie's good, some people will think it's bad, but with this one it's just like firmly people are either loving the experience or they think it's like the worst piece of shit that's ever been compiled on film, right?
Oh, that analogy's crazy. But yeah, this doesn't surprise me. This really doesn't surprise me. Because you get this with most movies, especially movies based on a very, very well-known IP, like something like Minecraft. Excuse me.
Now, me personally, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't, say, oh,
Same, I haven't seen it yet. And honestly, I don't know if I want to go to the theater just to see it, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of going to movie theaters anymore. Like, for starters, ticket prices have gone out of control, like almost everything nowadays. Concessions prices have gone out of control. Not only that, and this is going to be a bit of a hot take, there are a lot of people on this planet that do not know how to act in a movie theater. You know how they always have that fucking message in the before the movie where they say, "Oh, don't talk, text, don't ruin the movie for other people." Do you honestly think people listen to that?
Nope.
They do not. Trust me when I tell you, they do not.
oh, I love the movie or I hate the movie, because I think it would be pretty insane for me to come on here and just lie to you guys, right? I haven't seen it yet. I am definitely interested in at least watching it once at this point. I wasn't necessarily like ready to jump in and see it at the theater like before it came out, but like I said, there's a lot of people who think that it's really good so far. Now, these people, it seems to me, are like the more laid back, casual audience who they probably, no offense or whatever, they just like to consume media, right? They like to go to the movies with their friends. They like Minecraft.
He's not wrong. These people do exist. I can kind of call myself one of those people, I
They grew
guess.
up playing Minecraft, watching Minecraft videos,
I did not grow up playing Minecraft.
whatever, right? And they enjoy the like references and all of the other things going on, the memes, the Jack Black and Jason Momoa and all the stuff that's going on with this movie, right? These people are a little bit more enamored by what they've seen. Some of them are children, some of them are adults, but then it seems like the people who like take video game media and stuff like that, like quality of media, film critic-y kind of people, right? They seem to be the ones who really aren't thrilled with what we got. Now, admittedly, I think there are probably some issues that this movie has that anyone will notice. I mean, let's be real, like the story for a Minecraft movie is gonna be a pretty tough thing to create anyway, considering it's a sandbox game with real...
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I agree with Optimus here. Like, how do you create a story for a game that doesn't really have a story per se, or at least not a story in the traditional sense? I mean, it's going to be pretty difficult.
Actual lore or anything like that. I mean, you could make a Skyrim movie based on like the lore and the settings and whatnot. You can't really do that in the same regard with something like Minecraft. So a lot of the people who are kind of like shitting on the movie or don't like it so far, their qualms are with like the actual quality of the writing, the quality of the storyline. A lot of them are complaining that the characters are bland and dull and things like that, which honestly, like I said, I feel like 80-90% of us probably could have predicted that the
Yeah.
plot line and the characters and stuff like that was probably going to be the weak point here. First and foremost, it's a movie that's primarily aimed at children, which usually you feel like the people making movies or whatever, they usually give themselves a lot more leeway to kind of skimp out on these things because it's more about like attracting the attention of the children watching the movie rather than like feeding them a good story or something.
Yeah, he's got a point. Let's be real. This movie was, I wouldn't say it was more of a kids movie. I would say it's more of a family movie, kind of like Sonic 3, I guess you could say.
But like I said, with a movie based on Minecraft as a game, it's going to be hard to like write something where the storyline is just like perfect, you know, just this absolute cinema. But that seems to be like the part that people are harping on the most, at least when it comes to like, oh, what we don't like, what we think is bad. A lot of people think that it's cringy and whatnot, which it seems like right now it kind of just depends. Like a lot of the people who are like really old Minecraft fans, people who've been around since the beginning, a lot of them tend to be in the more negative side from what I've seen. Now, the movie has become such a massive phenomena that there have been other issues regarding the movie. So one of the big things that's kind of going on in the theater experience right now for Minecraft is apparently in a lot of the showings for the movie, people are being kind of rowdy. They're like reacting excitedly when shit's going on. I guess like when the whole chicken jockey thing happens on the screen, there's been like theaters full of people just like yelling along to it and like clapping, standing up, throwing their fucking drinks, throwing their popcorn, you know. Apparently it's gotten so bad at some theaters with people like just throwing shit everywhere, like making a mess and whatnot, that
What the hell is the matter with people, man? Seriously. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I don't like going to movie theaters that much anymore, because people don't know how to fucking act anymore. Like, it's a movie. Look, I get it. You get excited about something in a movie, especially if it's something based on something you knew as a kid. I get that. Like, I remember cat wielding Mjolnir in Endgame. Me and my friends got excited. I'm not gonna lie, because that was cool. But we didn't, like, go out of control like this. Like, come on.
they've had to like ask people politely to like, hey man, you know, I get you're excited over the movie, but please don't throw your shit everywhere. Obviously, the
Exactly.
employees have to go through and clean that up after everybody leaves and whatnot. And so at
Yeah,
that point,
man.
you're
Come
basically
on.
just putting extra work and whatnot on these people working at the movie theater, which I can understand that, you know, I can understand not wanting people throwing soda at the screen or like dumping it all over the seats or whatever. Now, this is happening to a varying degree. Some people, you know, they're just like the theaters are being polite. Some people like are getting experiences where the kids or whoever's watching are just having a good time. They're not being like rowdy, but apparently I just read a headline here. Apparently during a screening of the Minecraft movie, a worker at one of these movie theaters was body slammed by a moviegoer.
What? Are you insane? Oh my god. This is what I'm talking about. Come on.
I
Oh,
don't even
Lord.
understand how the fuck that happens. Like, how do you go to a Minecraft movie that is aimed primarily for children, right, in terms of demographic, and you're in there, like, getting so worked up or whatever that you're, like, assaulting the employees of the movie theater? I don't think that has anything to do with the movie. I think that's more of, like, home training, parenting, product of society kind of bullshit going on.
Yeah, that is the definition of people just don't know how to act anymore. Like, you know better. Come on.
There, but you know, this movie,
I'm gonna be
it's
saying
such a
that a
huge
lot.
meme, it's such a big like cultural thing online right now. It seems like everybody's been talking about it, and so as a result there's like a lot of attention on it, there's a big spotlight on it, and whenever there's a spotlight on things like this, you will have people in society who deem it necessary for whatever reason to go out and just make complete fucking idiots of themselves. And it's kind of unfortunate that that's the case because, like I said, this is a movie, and I think a lot of people forget this is a movie that is aimed at children. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of us who are adults, we grew up playing Minecraft, but it's very clear from like the writing, from everything going on, the animation, the people that they casted, this movie is meant for kids. So it's just kind of double embarrassing, I think, for people to be acting violent and fucking stupid at a children's movie of all things, right? But it's been a pretty pleasant surprise for the most part in terms of like what the movie has had to provide. I mean, even the people who like do the projections for like how a movie is going to perform at the box office, from what I was reading, the analysts were expecting for the Minecraft movie to open the weekend and make about $150 million. And the Minecraft movie actually completely blew past that. It was insane. Apparently, it made about $163 million over the opening weekend. It, like I said, leapfrogged the Super Mario movie for like the largest opening.
I still can't get over that, man. It really usurped the Super Mario Brothers movie for being the best opening for a video game based movie ever. That's crazy to me. But like I said, unfortunately I didn't see the movie, so I can't really give you guys my thoughts. If you did see the movie, please let me know in the comments of this video, or if you're live on the chat, let me know as well. What did you think? Did you think the movie was good? Did you think it stinked? Do you think it deserves the success it's getting? Also, let me know what you think about people acting out like this in movie theaters. Do you think it's okay? Me personally, I don't think it's okay, and I think it's insane that people are literally losing their minds over a fucking movie like this. Like, seriously, people need to calm down. I understand, again, I get it. I get it being excited about something in a movie you've been waiting to see, but body slamming a theater worker? Are you nuts? Come on. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of the Doghouse. Thanks for watching. If you're live, stay tuned for the after show. And if you're watching this, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my socials. Stay tuned for the meme of the day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me take my... There we go. We don't need the Doghouse one anymore. Give me 1 second. Let me check my battery life on this headset. Ah, there we go. Oh, wait. What's going on? Okay. I'll take 60%. And then I'll leave this to charge overnight. But anyway, let me see something. Oh, there is something I do want to talk about. What's his face? I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy, but there's this YouTuber named Vitali who got arrested in the Philippines. So basically, I know you guys are probably listening to this. You hear the name Vitali, you're like, who? who the hell's that? But anyway, Vitali, he apparently came up during the whole YouTube prankster era with guys like FouseyTube, and apparently he got arrested for being kind of a nuisance in the Philippines, like I said earlier. So let's watch this video. Give me 2 seconds. Here we go.
Means it's clear he will not be deported just like that.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! Deported? No, we don't do that. We're gonna make him pay. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't doubt that they're gonna make his ass pay, as they should.
I guess Vitali, the YouTuber, who was
Look at this fucking clown. Look. Dude, what is it with all these streamers looking like idiots?
known for a while for doing pranks on YouTube, came back and decided to be a nuisance streamer. Went to
Yeah.
the Philippines, looked around, and this is what happened.
Did my man really?
So he went to the Philippines and took a cop's motorcycle. Dumbass motherfucker.
Fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. Why would you do that? Like, seriously. What is wrong with people? Look at Preach.
That was a motorcycle.
Look at Preach's face. Like, oh, of course.
That was a cop, right?
Look at the.
Oh my God. I go to other countries, I don't even look at cops in the eyes.
I mean,
Same. You know what? Let me pause it. Let me pause this music real quick. I'm the same way. Like, if I go to another country where I don't recognize, I do not act the fool like this.
To be fair, whether it's cop or not is irrelevant because
True.
you stole somebody's motorcycle.
That's true too.
I want you to chase me.
Diba?
What is the matter with this guy?
May provocation pa nun.
Dialogue. Love for you. Do you mad at me?
My man's like, bro, just leave me alone. I'm trying to do my job.
Okay. Look at that ass.
Bro, what? Fucking weirdo.
Sorry.
He's like, what the fuck?
Security, come here. I have a
Fuck, no.
question for you. Can I give you a kiss? No, I have a question for you.
Oh my god.
Dumbass motherfucker. Dumbass motherfucker.
What an idiot, man. What an idiot. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make a video about this.
I'm gonna just show you guys the videos that got him in trouble, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, why not?
That's something.
What kind of trouble?
I'm the new general in town, motherfucker. They doubted you. This ain't keep it. Speed run. Jail
So yun na
time.
yun, ma'am.
Fuck. Fucking cameraman. The cameraman is.
This ain't keep it. Speed run. Jail
So yun na
time.
yun, ma'am.
Yeah. Ain't gonna take long.
Sir, listen to me. Yes, sir. Dispatch. I'm a homosexual. You have a problem? You have a problem? You have a problem?
Oh. Ugh. That's disgusting. Why would you purposely? Ugh. This dude's weird.
No. What are you gonna do?
He's gonna arrest you. What do you mean he's gonna? What is he gonna do? Fucking idiot. Harassment of authority times 3. Disturbing the peace.
Get everything you deserve.
Yep. Get what you fucking deserve.
Get everything you deserve.
Say hello.
I agree with Preach on that one.
So yun na yun.
He stole. Really?
Manager that time.
Oh.
So at one point, he got at the airport trying to leave, and they arrested him.
Who is filming? Please tell me they arrested the cameraman too.
Yes, we will put it here.
So this is his mugshot. So
What's his name?
Yes, we will put it here.
so this is his mugshot.
Look at this fucking goofball. Oh my god. Ah. He looks like such a fucking clown. Jeez.
Shot. So you were saying?
Is this like I'm not really familiar with this. Like people that actually watch this, like they're watching us and they are engaged with that and they love that kind of stuff. Is this, okay. So
Yeah, Preach, I got news for you, my man. There are some sick people in the world.
it is a thing. There's an incentive for them to do that.
Yes.
Now, the Russian vlogger,
So this guy is Zhonovich Remula. All right, he's a big name politician. He serves as the Secretary of the Interior and the local government. So basically, he heads one of the biggest departments, which is in charge of promoting safety and peacefulness within the confines of the Philippines. Very, very high-ranking person. You know what I
Ooh.
also want to appreciate? You know how serious this guy is? Because just before this video is not just about this. This video is also about the arrest of Duterte.
the search for
Ooh.
the truth, as Senator Amy Marcos says, in the surrender of former President Rodrigo Duterte to the ICC.
which is the guy who used to be the president.
As he said,
God
he said
damn.
in Hong Kong that he heard that there's a warrant of arrest. We had no knowledge. So we got together. We just talked about, is there going to be arrest? Is there not?
So she's asking him a bunch of questions because he was involved in that guy's arrest. So the guy who was in charge of arresting the former president is also the motherfucker that's on this case.
God damn.
You're fucked.
What is the plan?
Damn right he's fucked. Damn right he's fucked. And he fucking deserves
For the
it.
Russian vlogger
He
who
deserves
was,
it.
apparently, as reporters have written, smug even after his arrest. It's quite unpleasant, but maraming vloggers who do that
Huh. So he was very smug and unpleasant during his arrest. Kind of reminds me of a certain somebody, doesn't it?
for show, right?
For clout.
For clout, for show. What
Mhm.
did he violate?
I'm just saying, when you got
You got the attention of that dude.
when you got the attention of the Filipino GI Joe,
Filipino G.I. Joe. That's crazy. That is insane.
you're fucked.
Yeah.
Ooh, summer's right around the corner. That means that you're going to be able to travel again. Usually, it's my girl, my wife. You know, the one that I do the gay stuff with. She's the one.
Yeah, let's skip
And
the...
I'll say this: Filipinos are not to be messed with, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Mhm.
Some of these South Asian countries,
Matter of fact, any country that is not the U.S., you should not be fucking with people like this.
I just wouldn't try it. You know what I'm saying? But
Thank you.
You
I wouldn't try it either.
got him off his coffee break to talk to the youth about you.
Yeah.
Don't take this as clout. This is bad news.
Filipinos are no jokes. You want to know how I know? Because they play basketball. And they play basketball like it's a religion. When you 5'3" and you still fighting up and down the court on every screen, you got a professional league and everybody plays as hard as they can, you got to show them some respect. Just
That's true.
Filipinos. Haven't lived around them since I was young. I respect them.
Because clearly he's been doing this all over different areas already, maybe different countries.
Well, there was vandalism. There was unjust vexation. There was burglary. There was
Oh, yeah, when he stole the fan.
video camming someone without their consent.
Which I had to look this up. In the Philippines, it's actually illegal to
Recording in public places where there is no reasonable expectation of privacy, such as parks or streets, is generally more permissible under Philippine law. However, individuals recording in these settings may still claim a right to privacy if the recording involves stalking, harassment, or exploitation.
record people without their consent. On private property, stuff like that, you cannot do that, which he was doing on these malls and these different places. So,
Yep.
just something to be aware of.
I can kind of understand why when we went to Ethiopia, it's like no cameras. You're not trying. They're not. They don't fuck around. You're not trying to have cigarettes. You're not have no camera. We don't even want to see your camera. No, you're not even allowed to have your camera.
God damn.
Either you leave it there or you don't come inside. No, we're not playing with you.
Oh,
Shit like that already happened.
If he did this in Ethiopia,
no, it's done.
Oh, he'd have been fucked.
never in jail.
No.
Disrespect
Granted,
for the local
I've never been to Ethiopia, but judging by how they're describing it, yeah, he's probably would have been fucked.
culture, put publicity online. When when the government finds out, it's like,
The way I saw that you guys are proud, the way that I saw that, I wouldn't.
I mean, listen,
Yo,
you know, there's a lot there, but let's move past it.
bro.
Let's go.
And a host of other things. There was theft. He stole an electric fan from a restaurant and tried to make a show
Why did you do that, by the way?
of it. He stole a motorcycle from a patrolman of BGC and tried to ride it around BGC. He stole
Wait a
man
minute.
of BGC.
Why did that look so familiar to me?
He stole a motorcycle
I'm sorry, I
from
keep going back, but I need to see.
patrolman
Is that a new line? Oh, no.
of BGC.
No.
And tried to ride
Not-
it around BGC. He had unjust vexation towards a trainer of a surfboard trainer in Boracay and started making a fool of himself. He has I think 30 videos in the Philippines, all that making a fool of Filipinos.
Yeesh.
Nigga took this shit personal.
To be clear, Filipino.
I mean, in his defense, I'd understand that. Like, you got some foreigner coming in here and acting like an idiot. It's embarrassing.
Everywhere took it personal.
100%. No,
Because they're proud people. They're proud people. You came to our
Yeah.
country as a guest and you did all that. Like Filipinos, they make a concerted effort when they travel to other places to be respectful of the environment. So you come in there spitting on people.
I'm gonna say this. I think Abba's partially right. I think he is missing a big part of this, though. That's not just Filipino people. That's anybody with common sense. When they go into another country, they usually tend to treat their cultures with respect, or at least they try to. This Vitali guy, he clearly didn't do that.
Harassing women, play with their police officers, all this other shit. They not fucking with it. Now,
Exactly.
he gave them legal precedent to be able to press charges. I mean, I understand why they all mad. So this politician probably getting emails and messages and text messages from everywhere. They sending him videos like, yo, what are you guys gonna do about this? I promise you want to know how mad Filipinos are? They want everybody who helped Vitali, so that means all the Filipinos who were translating for him, showing him around, they want them motherfuckers arrested because they know that they were just watching.
They're not
Yeah, it's true. And I can understand that too.
playing.
Yeah, you fucking traitor. So
They ain't
these
play-
people
yeah.
was running around. You was there helping them?
I don't disagree.
I ain't mad
Yeah.
at
I
it.
don't disagree.
I ain't mad at it.
Agreed.
So let's listen to what happens.
His cases now, I think there are 5 cases filed. All of them are bailable. However, upon rules of the Bureau of Immigration, if he is an undesirable alien, the Bureau of Immigration has a right to detain him in the process of his hearing. He has no access to a cell phone. He has an access only to a cell phone to contact family or attorney. He's not allowed to vlog about anything which goes on inside the detention facility. He will live on the
If he's smart, he won't even try it.
national stipend of 3 meals at 70 pesos a day. That's for all 3 meals. He will get
70 pesos. That doesn't sound like a lot. Matter of fact, hang on a second. Hold on a second. Pesos to dollars, to US dollars. He said 70 pesos. Wait, no fucking way. Oh my god. 70 pesos. Actually, wait, this is not. Here you go, Filipino pesos. Oh god, it's even worse. I don't mean to laugh, but geez, it's not good. It's not good. Give me a sec. Let me show you guys. 70 pesos in the Philippines is $1.23 here in America. That's not a lot. That is not a lot. Oh boy, let's get back to the video.
special treatment. He will live in a common cell, walang air conditioner. And I think that hearing the civil trial, I don't know, it's civil criminal, maybe it's criminal, it'll maybe last 2 to 3 years. Then the minimum charge, I think, will be 5 years per guilty verdict.
So pwede siyang
Damn. 5 years per guilty verdict. And I think that's like what, like 5
5
charges?
cases.
Oh,
5
5
years
car.
per guilty verdict. He's
25. Ooh, damn.
looking at 25 minimum. And the thing is, he on camera, the locals fucking hate him, the jury of his peers. The
What
only
peers?
way he
What?
There's no peers in this country.
he's being tried by the Filipino people, you know.
I ain't mad at it.
Or it might be magistrates, because I know, like, for example, in Korea, it's like judges who judge you. It's not the public.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Oh, me neither.
Same.
Don't give 2 shits.
I'll go above and beyond. I do care, and I hope it gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he's in a Manila prison and he runs into Hang Bak.
Hung back.
Yeah. Wait, isn't that Thailand?
No, hung back. Yeah, hung back is Thailand.
Yeah, doesn't matter. I hope he runs into him somehow.
No, but
Oh,
it's
no.
not hung back is Thailand because that's like a sort of Thai boxing.
Hey.
But it's Filipinos. They have Kali. They got Eskrima. Don't worry about it. They got
Oh yeah. You know, I've always wanted to learn this.
they thing. Kali stick up your ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't even
What the
worry.
fuck?
Or Silat. Is it Silat? It's Silat.
Silat is Indonesian, I want to say.
It's Silat with the triangle. Oh,
Wait,
go get it.
are the Filipinos who do that knife combat shit?
No, that's a few actually. It's Israeli and Silat.
Did they be cutting people up and shit?
Yo.
Yeah, shout
No,
out to
that's-
Filipinos.
Yo.
But to get back to the topic, I hope worse things happen to him. I hope even if he manages to make it out one day, the Filipinos take a few of his away. You know what I mean? So you don't come back and
Wait,
he
what
manages to
happened?
make it out one day, the Filipinos take a few of his away. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
So you don't come back in one piece. They keep a souvenir for anyone who want to fuck around. They hang it up there. I don't care.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I'm way past the thing of like, I hope people learn. Yo, I hope these people start losing their life. That's how I feel. You want to go to other places, disrespect them, put your hands on people, whatever. I hope y'all fuck around and find out in the worst kind of way. I hope it's a permanent loss.
again, me personally, I think he's going a little too far, but I understand where he's coming from. Me personally, I hope he does receive consequences for his actions. And I hope that he learns from this and thinks to himself, you know, maybe I shouldn't go to other countries and act like this. Matter of fact, maybe I shouldn't go anywhere and act like this, even in my own country. But I don't know. People like this tend not to learn. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to an Ackman video, or an Ackman video, a video that he just posted this like a half hour ago.
2 has finally been announced and revealed to the world. Can you even believe it? A new Donkey Kong 3D platformer, one we haven't seen
Yay.
in 25 years. This is a dream come true. This is heaven.
Holy shit, those arm hairs.
I've died and gone to heaven. This new console and all these great new games, it's all gonna be available for the low price of what? What was it?
And it's going to cost $450. $450. $450.
This is outrageous. It's
It's
unfair.
unfair.
And that's just for the console itself.
Once I bought a Wii U, I made it run. Played some games in my time. Once I bought a Wii U,
Oh, Lord.
now it's done. Brother, can you spare a Switch?
What's up, everybody? This is the Homeless Man here, and today the Great Gamer Depression is upon us.
Uh-huh.
This is my Great Depression outfit. I'm gonna take it off because it is obnoxiously hot, and not just because I'm the one wearing it. Hey-o. So in
Yeah.
a 2-hour-long direct, Nintendo revealed the Switch 2 and all the different features. They gave us a ton of info on the system, its upgrades, downgrades, those are important, a
Oh,
few
boy.
brand new launch titles to look forward to, and a whole bunch of third-party support. 8 years ago, the Switch came out and started a new generation of consoles, and this is the dawn of a new generation. And would you look at that? The next Pokemon game? Looks like it's running off of a fucking GameCube. A time that should be filled with excitement, nerdgasm,
Ouch.
if you will. But alas,
Were it so easy.
Nintendo is asking you to drop $450 on a Switch 2. That is the baseline price for people in
Sheesh.
the US, though I'm sure it's all fucked up in different countries as well.
Oh my goodness!
Bro, what?
People are understandably frustrated. What? Why? I thought you liked spending money. Don't ever stop consuming. You love consuming. Don't ever stop. But why exactly are gamers upset with the Switch 2 and with these price tags? Is it worth picking up? Do we even know if this will be the final price of the console? Is the price going to increase or decrease? Why are
Nope.
pre-orders in the US suddenly being delayed? Who's fucking with my video games, god damn it? Now, I do want to give my first impressions of the Switch 2 and talk about some of the more exciting stuff.
Introducing Game Chat. With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
That's behind a paywall, by the way. Somebody needs to tell Pat to chill out. Someone needs to tell Pat to take a chill pill real quick.
But we'll have to do that later in the video because right now we have to talk about the elephant in the room. Because in Nintendo's first live stream after the Direct, people were spamming lower the price in chat. Obviously, this is the biggest talking point on the internet for the Switch 2. Not just the $450 price tag, but also...
Yeah, woof.
Brace yourselves.
Some games, including Mario Kart World, are going to be priced at $80 for the digital edition or $90 if you want to buy it physical.
Once I bought a GameCube, Luigi's Mansion.
I still have my GameCube, by the way. I gotta find it.
Melee, Wind Waker, and Prime. Once I bought a GameCube, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a game?
The $80 cost of a game. A single game. Why are you upset? Why are you upset? You love spending more money. You told me that yesterday, remember? Don't you know I'm gaslighting you? And this is all besides the other premium stuff and subscriptions Nintendo has been shilling in the Direct.
Everything's more expensive, right?
Yeah, the accessories are more expensive than they've ever been. The new Pro controller is $80.
What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait a minute. I need to hear that again.
More expensive than they've ever been. The new Pro controller is $80. Left and
Oh my. It was worse hearing it a second time. No. Oh god. You know what? I'm gonna show you guys something that you're not gonna like to see. I don't understand why this is $80 fucking dollars. Where is actually, didn't I save it somewhere? Oh shit. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, that's not what I want. Okay, this is close enough. I want to see the one in black, damn it. There we go. And of course it's not available. Ah, fine. Okay. Let me show you guys something. You see this controller? This is the Mamba 1 interactive screen controller. This thing was like $70 when I paid for it. Or actually, I didn't pay for it. I actually got it for Christmas, but it's like, it's not even $80. That's crazy. $80 for a controller is insane to me. If you pay anything above $70 for a controller, you're insane.
and right Joy-Con, that's $90 now.
God damn.
For the straps.
Ugh.
I'm here for money.
Yeah, no shit.
Obviously, a big part of this backlash comes from the fact that Nintendo has always been the accessible, budget-friendly option for gamers. Nintendo may not pack state-of-the-art hardware, but
that's true.
their library is unquestionably top tier. They are the family-friendly brand, the dads and moms. If you're a dad or a mom who've got kids you gotta pay for and take care of and send to school, you're gonna want the cheapest, most convenient thing if you want to retain some semblance of those youthful hobbies you used to have. Look at you becoming a parent. Look at this guy, he reproduced. What a dork. I'm so lonely.
For a lot
It happens.
of families, when they look at $500 for the game of Mario Kart, I think you're gonna have we have a Nintendo Switch at home situation.
But once Nintendo starts pushing this $80 price tag for these premium Switch 2 games, Yar har fiddle-dee-dee, new piracy techniques are all right with me. Now, if Nintendo
I hate promoting stuff like that, but he's kind of got a point.
was able to get away with these $80, $90 price tags, no doubt Xbox and PlayStation in the competition are going to match that. They're going to adopt these
Would you be willing to pay $80 for Xbox games?
Nope, 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 nope.
I don't even have an Xbox, and I'm going to say no.
higher price tags for more and more games. I'm not sure if it's 100% confirmed that physical copies are going to cost $90, but if true, fuck you. Why?
Yes.
What you want to have a shelf of games? You want to physically own it so you can look at that shelf and figure out what game to play? No, stupid. You want a digital library of games that you buy that you end up forgetting you have. Despite how cool the console might be, the things I'm seeing that I love about it, Nintendo is kind of shooting themselves in the foot by setting these price precedents. But who is entirely to blame? Because I don't understand this, Nintendo. I don't get you.
I don't get you. I don't get you no more.
Excuse me, Nintendo's biggest fanboy here. Okay, Act-Man, gamers are stupid. They don't understand, all right? Adjusted for inflation, this console is cheaper than previous Nintendo consoles. Games are cheaper adjusted for inflation than they were back in the 80s. These gamers are stupid. It doesn't make sense, Act-Man.
You know something? You're right.
Video games are a product like any other, though. They are subject to inflation over time, but most publishers for a very long time were too afraid to raise the cost of a brand new game past $60. Then it was $65, and then it was $70. But they found ways to monetize games in other ways, which we've talked about maybe once or twice on this channel. And the rest is history. As the co-founder of Costco once said, "If you raise the price of the hot dog, I will fucking kill you." This
Did he actually say that?
said, "If you raise..."
And he said, if you raise the price of the effing hot dog, I will kill you.
the price of the hot dog, I will fucking kill you. This describes the sentiment among gamers.
That's insane.
Around the $60 price tag. It's kind of something that's just etched into our being. New game comes out. Do I have
there
60
he is.
bucks? Like, can I afford it?
There he is. What's going on, buddy?
It's been ingrained in our
Oh
heads
my
for so
God.
long that any increase seems insane.
Because it is insane.
Because we've also been dealing with loot boxes, battle passes, paid progression systems,
And
a bunch
he's
of
on
other
Twitch.
shit we don't need to get
Holy
into.
shit.
But guys, let's be real. I mean, you know, with GTA 6 around the corner, I'm sure Rockstar is going to stick with $60 price tag, right? Right?
Absolutely not.
Because why? Why would they increase that? Now, let's put
Well,
on
why
our
not?
economy glasses so I can make
Twitch is better for this, right? In some senses, yes.
sense of this.
Unfortunately.
for you. Let's start with the numbers. I like numbers
I
because
didn't
they
even
don't
think
lie.
you were
Thanks to
streaming.
the user JML Master.
You didn't miss much. Just me complaining about, or just, I watched a video about Vitali getting arrested, and now we're watching an Act-Man video about the Switch 2.
He has calculated the inflation-adjusted price for each Nintendo console, and it's really not that crazy. The Switch 2 isn't middle of the road, but it's a little bit higher than that. It's still not.
You've been streaming for an hour. Were you watching 30-minute vids? Yeah, kind
the
of.
max, and it's not anywhere close to PS5 Pro's, what, $700?
Oh, no. Don't get me started with that.
So what gives? Well, I'm going to throw some numbers up on screen of what gives. Basically, adjusted for inflation, the median income of a household in the US has barely gone up since 1985. House prices, meanwhile, have skyrocketed. What did 1985?
Median home price in 85 is 82 grand. Oh my god, yeah, this is true. What does the Switch 2 look like? Give me a sec. This is the wrong one. There we go. That's the one. 1 second. 1 second. Switch 2. That's kind of what it looks like. Nintendo is trying to run AAA games now. I don't think they're trying to run AAA games now. I think they're trying to do more third-party games though. That's supposedly bigger. It's slightly bigger. But yeah. Stop doing that. There we go. All right, let's get back to the video real quick. No.
House prices, meanwhile, have skyrocketed.
Yep.
What does this mean? It means people don't have disposable income.
Not enough cash, stranger.
That's why they're pissed. It's pretty simple. When more and more people start living paycheck to paycheck, then non-essentials like video games and hobbies become...
Let me see something. We are working at least 40 hours a week and can't even afford to play video games. That's the point. They want you playing Minecraft in real life while they collect the diamonds. God damn. This is just more beefed up now. A little bit beefed up,
that.
yes.
Non-essential. You will own less and you will be happy. Not to mention the incoming tariff sales tax that we're adding. Why do I have to talk about tariffs? Why can't you just let me be excited for a video game console?
Because nothing is like that is really the
It's
case
unfortunate
anymore.
then that real world politics could potentially drive up the cost of the Switch 2, and therefore I have to fucking talk about it. You know,
Yeah. The same thing's happening with graphics cards.
the worst case scenario
fucking
estimates
mess.
I've seen, the cost of the Switch 2 could be...
Oh, the Minecraft. You know, the funny thing is, we were talking about this during Doghouse. I've heard like mixed things about it. I hear some people love it, some people hate it. I heard it's doing really well though in the box office.
Increased by
So
50%
good for them, I
by the
guess.
tariff sales tax. Again, that's probably worst case scenario, but it says something that I feel like I have to prepare for that reality. Now, what has Nintendo done to prepare for these tariffs? Well, thankfully something. At the very least, they've started to stockpile Switch 2 consoles in the US, numbering about 350,000. So at the very least, the Switch 2s that are in the United States will be sold at the $450 margin, assuming. Some people have theorized that the cost is taking tariff sales tax into account. Upon looking at some recent articles, this is probably more likely, but who really knows what's gonna happen? Nintendo has updated GameStop, saying that they're removing pre-orders for the Switch 2 to assess the potential impact of the tariff sales tax.
Tash.
evolving market-
What the fuck is going on with your president? Bro's treating this like a career mode campaign. Bro trying to change the background settings to make it an easy mode. I don't know what's going on, man. There's a reason I don't follow this crap. Because it's so frustrating. I don't think Trump knows how tariffs work. Probably not, but at this rate, there's nothing we can do about it.
Conditions. This uncertainty is only going to spark further panic and demand once pre-orders are reopened and once
She
consoles
guys
are
will
being
have to
loaded
pay
on
the
the
extra
shelf.
prices. Yeah, I know that. We already are. Have you seen how much graphics cards have been costing lately?
Especially amongst the hardcore Nintendo enthusiasts who would be willing to sacrifice
Can you guys not
their
rally to
firstborn
call off the
child to
president?
get one of these
Call
things
off the president
on the release
early.
night. With enough panic and demand,
Can you guys not? That's not for me to decide,
you
unfortunately.
know who comes back? Everyone's favorite sequel, everyone's favorite businessman, Scalpers 2. With
No more scalpers, damn it.
uncertainty of how much this is going to cost, it's going to be ripe for the picking for scalpers, I would imagine. So there's another thing to look forward to. So we have no
Not really.
idea if the $450 price tag is going to stick. All we can be certain of is uncertainty. When people are confused, they get angry. It's really that simple. Regardless, this is going to be a bloodbath for people's wallets and bank accounts. I think
Yep.
gamers are more irate this time around because video games have always been an escape. I'm remembered of that Modern Warfare 2 video, how gamers dealt with the recession. And so with so many people already strapped for cash, they feel like they can't even afford the latest and greatest escape from life and reality. So that's most of the bad. Now, let's move on to...
Isn't there a thing of like terminating the president's term? Yeah, it's called impeachment, but it does. But if you look at our history, it doesn't always work. Yeah, you can bring up the president up on charges, but whether they stick, that's going to be the thing.
The direct itself. I think this is what also makes it a difficult pill to swallow, is that this new Mario Kart looks fucking amazing.
It does. I'm not going to lie.
Skating. What is this? Jet Set Radio Future? What is Tony Hawk gonna be a playable character? And
That'd be
wall
hilarious.
jumps in a kart racer? Nintendo always finds ways to innovate on franchises that you wonder, like, well, what more could you do with it? All right, to be fair, I think Nintendo is running out of characters because now we're getting hyped for Cal from like Moo Moo Farms. There's a reason Nintendo opened with Mario Kart.
Go back.
From like.
Why is he doing the Akira slide?
Moo Moo Farms? There's a reason Nintendo opened with Mario Kart World. It's because Mario Kart 8 sold 75 million copies.
That's a
no
lot.
No doubt Mario Kart World is going to be a Switch 2 exclusive to drive sales.
No,
to the
no
console.
shit.
It's a good strategy. The maps look great. The idea of being able to go off the track and race to the next race and just fuck around with your buddies, that's very appealing to me. Mario Kart World looks like a big W. What's next?
Introducing Game Chat.
Oh no.
It's taken Nintendo 23 years to catch up to Xbox Live. Nintendo is such a weird
It took them 23 years to add game chat to their consoles. Oh my god, that's insane. Yet, oh my lord.
They're always behind on some trends, but way ahead of the curve on others. They're always at the peak of their video
Bro,
game
don't even
development
get me
prowess
started
when it
on
comes
the
to,
recent
like, something
inventions.
like
Oh
voice
boy.
chat? Like, well, how does this work? Again, that family-friendly brand image, well, you know, voice chat on a Nintendo console? What could go wrong?
Oh
I live
no.
in Smethwick, Birmingham. If you want the fucking brawl, come down Smethwick Hospitality. I'll come out my house and I'll break your fucking legs.
I love how Nintendo always introduces these social features in the most, like,
You gotta love those unhinged Xbox Live chats. It's like Apple introducing 5 times Zoom while Android had 10 times Zoom on default. Exactly.
whimsical, childlike, innocent way. And meanwhile, I'm like crippled by years of Xbox Live PTSD. So
Oh, boy.
here's the bad news. You're gonna have to pay to use Game Chat. Now,
Oh god. Oh my god. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You've got to pay a subscription to use an online feature. Like with PCs, you don't got to do that shit. Just saying. Just saying. Not trying to convince anybody to go back to PC. I'm just saying.
I'll give them
Discord's free, by the way.
credit. Game Chat looks like it has much more applicability than something like Discord would have, where you can actually, like in Mario Party, see the expressions, the facial expressions of your friends as you fuck them in the ass and steal their stars. That's going to be highly important to me as a
I don't know.
huge piece of shit. So on top of the $450, $80 for the game, now they want you to pay a subscription fee to play the game online and to be able to use Game Chat. 2 separate subscriptions. I will say having a 10-month free period is great.
And there's this.
What is it? That stench. I've smelled it before.
Not the Connect. Anything
Your
but the
voice is
Connect.
recognized by a microphone built into the system. It can pick up your speaking voice clearly, even from a
I doubt that.
distance.
Oh, the fuck it was. Well, for certain things it was, but for others, it was a pointless cash grab.
Are bringing the Connect back. You know what that means? It means you and your friends are going to be witnessing god-tier levels of echo.
When it's noisy
Oh,
around
no.
you, your voice will still come through clearly.
I don't know why they don't bring it back.
Ain't no way Nintendo
I don't know why they don't bring it back, because nobody liked it.
is coming into the voice game chat.
Because nobody wanted the
this
damn
late,
thing.
And it's just gonna work. What Switch 2 screen share will look like? Probably. The fact that they're showing the screen share
All those beautiful
laggy
dodging games and sports games, they were
indicates that
fun.
That's probably what it's gonna look like.
I'm not saying they weren't fun, but the whole thing was kind of
As
gimmicky.
opposed
Let's
to,
be
you
real.
know, having it look perfect in this presentation with the smoke and mirrors, and then people buy the console, they use the screen share, and it looks like shit. But this whole camera feed thing, I feel like is absolutely going to create some viral marketing for the Switch camera. So what I like about the Switch 2 is that Nintendo is refining their original concept and making genuine improvements in pretty much every way. From 120 FPS on handheld, that's kind of nutty. I think we're past the era of game consoles making these huge graphical leaps with new generations. But the Switch performed obnoxiously well despite how underpowered it was compared to the Series X and PS5. Everything from like the size of buttons to the magnetic grips, my controllers used to fuck up and couldn't connect on the sides, so. And Joy-Cons that can be used as a mouse. It's gimmicky stuff like this that really is gonna make for some hilarious Mario Party minigames.
Oh my
current
god.
location is actually inside the game itself.
What the?
Then there's Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour. It's me versus 2.0, my god. But it seems to be playing off of like Astro's Playroom, which was a great game and a fun tech showcase for the PS5. And guess what? That was free. This is not. What?
But why?
Why? Come on, man. God, this is the epitome of greedy.
But this doesn't even look like a video game. It looks like a series of tutorials. Why would I pay for this? Like, come on, man. Give us a free game with the console if you're gonna charge $80. Give us a free game or two. Like, remember Wii Sports? It came with the console. I do think it's cool that the mouse controller stuff.
Bro, they're charging for the complimentary stuff
Seems
too.
like they're still utilizing that old Wii remote functionality, but it's cool. Now it looks like they're also doing upgrade games, you know, what Sony is doing with the PS5, where they're reselling the same game, but, you know, maybe a little upgrade fee for some pretty minute improvements. These are not all that impressive to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Metroid Prime 4, oh my god, finally. Another game we could talk about that we're actually excited for. Metroid fans have been eaten like kings recently. Prime 4 is likely going to be no exception. It's definitely the right call to release this on Switch and Switch 2, since it was announced before the Switch 2. Feel like a real slap in the dick if it were otherwise. I'm hyped for this.
7 years, Jesus.
Pokemon Legends. Well, it's a massive improvement from Scarlet and Violet, which, you know, looked a little worse than N64 games. But
wow.
Pokemon has finally gotten to GameCube level quality. Are you kidding me, dude? Not impressed at all with Pokemon. Then there was this oddball announcement for...
Honestly, this is going to be a bit of a hot take. I haven't really been that into a Pokemon game since Fire Red.
Wheelchair robot basketball?
Yes, I'm that old. Get over it.
Give it to me, okay?
Go ahead and clip me. I don't give a fuck.
The sports genre side of gaming has been so static, repetitive, and boring for years. We need stuff like NBA Jam or NFL Blitz or wheelchair basketball or Rocket League. This looks fun. On top of this, Nintendo
I just never got into any Pokemon games, to be honest. I only liked watching it. Fair enough.
is
Fair
partnering
enough.
with a ton of third-party studios to bring games like Hogwarts Legacy, Elden Ring, Street Fighter 6, Hades 2.
I will be very intrigued to see how this... I was busy playing Blur on... oh, okay. I don't know that game very well. But I had a PS3 too. Let me go back.
Games like Hogwarts Legacy.
I will be very interested to see how this game performs on the Switch 2.
Elden Ring.
Because it didn't run all that great on my old machine.
Street Fighter 6, Hades 2, to the Switch 2. Also, I did not realize that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 were getting remade, because it doesn't say
Why?
it's a remake in the title there.
I know, right? Done.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, exactly. You have a 4090 and it still didn't run. It ran okay, but it didn't run like fantastically.
Long coveted GameCube emulator, which you can access for free using certain means. Do you like dolphins? I like dolphins. Yo, Soul Calibur 2? Okay, I fucks with that.
Get ready to experience F
So let me get this. Oh my god.
Zero GX.
Could it
Bro, but you never played the racing game Blur on PS3? Nah.
F-Zero acknowledgement. After so many years, F-Zero GX. So this is a pretty decent lineup for the GameCube emulator. What would be interesting to see is if we'll be able to play these games online. Oh my god! To close out this show, Nintendo dropped 3 bombshells. Dusk Bloods, a new game from Software. People are calling it Bloodborne 2, and it looks incredible. And Kirby Air Riders, unexpected. Sakurai is directing it. There's a lot of racing games showed off in this direct, but Kirby Air Ride always felt like such an incredibly fun game that just didn't have a whole lot of content at the end of the day. That game truly deserved a sequel, and I'm happy to see that it's getting one. But now it's time for the big bananas. The big bananas.
Donkey Kong.
Oh my fucking god!
This game
That actually hurt.
looks like it's gonna be the Mario Odyssey of Donkey Kong games. Just the way that you can break the map and destroy it and just become a monkey. I don't know what you want me to say. It just, this looks like they're bridging the gap between Donkey Kong 64 and all the recent Donkey Kong Country games, which I could not be more excited for. But where is Diddy? Where is Diddy?
Not that
No,
one.
not him. Also, I like how they showed just like 3 seconds of Silk Song after people have been losing their minds waiting for it. So here's where I'm at with Switch 2. The games look great. The improvements to the console itself are much appreciated. That stuff is important to me. But the increased price of games over time is going to add up. And I'm worried about that. Why are gamers upset with the Switch 2? Well, it's a combination of things, but it's pretty simple. Money. Like I said, folks in the US don't have a whole lot of disposable income right now. And when times are tough, everybody needs an escape.
Exactly.
You can afford that escape, but if you can't, then you're just shit out of luck. If people feel like they can't even afford to escape, then that's a pretty worrying sign. And it's not so much a statement about Nintendo's prices, but rather the cost of living that people are dealing with. I thought the presentation was fun, colorful, creative. There's a lot of things to be excited for, but Nintendo is certainly making some questionable choices, and we'll see how it plays out. But those are my thoughts on the Switch 2 Direct. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the Act Man for more awesome content. All right, everyone, that's all I got for today. This is the Act Man signing out. Peace.
Alrighty. Give me like 2 seconds and I'm gonna get that video up and running. No, don't do that. Oh. Oh! I think I've seen this before. Alright. The skyline. Me personally, I'd be crashing into almost everything. Exactly, that's what made this fun. It was super fast too. So we just got home. Wow. I mean, I get the gist of it, but yeah. It's cool it shows the rear view mirror. That's kind of cool. There's a lot more damage. Ah. Wait a minute. Oh. Oops. This might be better. Okay, cool. Let's skip a little ahead. Get to the gameplay. There we go. Jesus. Damn. Damn. Oh my god. This is wild. Yeah, you can shoot the other cars with two with some power-ups. Yeah, I noticed that. That's crazy. Yeah, I do miss those old console days. See, velocity ditches now just slide. Yeah, I saw. You know, I might call it after this. That's crazy. He's not even close to catching up to the other guy, is he? Oh no, he is. Never mind. Any idea about Cars 4? I heard there are rumors that they might come out. They're doing a Cars 4? Why? Why would they do that? Come on, dude, it's so close. Apparently McQueen hasn't really retired yet. Oh my god. You see, I don't understand that. If you're gonna do the character retires thing, then just stick to that. Oh my god. Oh, he's in first finally. Alright. They want to do some Kung Fu Panda 4 stuff. You know, I have not seen 4. Yeah, this does seem like a fire game. Maybe if I can emulate it, I might get it. But, anyway. I think I'm gonna call it a night so I can get some editing done. But, yeah. Outside of that, thank you everybody that was here. As always, you're greatly appreciated. Be on the lookout for me tomorrow. I might do a short little, like, game PS5 stream with Spider-Man 2. But no promises. Yeah, let's clear the soundboard.
Nope.
Yep.
What the fuck?
But why?
I don't care.
Stop the cap. Dumbass motherfucker.
She belongs to the streets.
You going to jail. You going to jail.
Down the Mongo.